Good afternoon. My name is Jim Conlan, and welcome to the latest episode of our entertainment show. As you know, each week we preview an upcoming movie or TV series that is premiering or debuting in Ireland this month. And up for discussion this week, it just debuted yesterday evening in cinemas all across Ireland. The one and only Black Adam, featuring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, featuring Aldous Hodge, Pierce Brosnan, and our guest this evening, the one and only Odelya Halevi, who plays the role of Shira 2, the wife of Black Adam. Odelya, many people recognize you from Law and Order in terms of on our TV screens. Most notably, the famous TV series has been running now since time began, roughly, I'd say. Roughly, we're going 20, 30
since
years
before we were born.
Yes, before we were born, and probably will be going long after we're gone as well. I say as well.
I really hope so.
Odelya, Black Adam, obviously great excitement around it. It's Dwayne Johnson's first delve into the superhero action world in terms of his character, the DC Marvel universe. Tell me, how did the opportunity come arise for you to get involved in this sort of universe, in this fantasy sort of spectrum, where you're coming from the grim realities of solving cases and, dare I say, not too particular day-to-day scenarios to this fictional world where you're with Superman and Hawkman and everything a young girl would love to be at?
So, this Black Adam happened before Law and Order for me. I was living in LA. I was filming a show in LA, and I got the audition for Black Adam, but I had no idea that it was for Black Adam. It just said, Warner Brothers film, hush, hush, you can't get the script. The script is all fake. For the purpose of the audition, they just gave you a random script and you had to improvise and do all those things. And I remember I had a deadline and I had to tape the audition at the end of my shooting day for the show. And I was so exhausted, and I stopped by my friend's place so he could tape me. And I fainted. I was so tired. I forgot to eat. I fainted, and he just grabbed a glass of orange juice, because I said, you know what? No, I'm gonna pass. We don't know what it is. I have to pass. I have to go get some rest. He's like, you're gonna get up right now, and you're gonna do this tape because it's Warner Brothers, and we don't know what it is. So I did the tape. 2 days later, I get a call that I got the part. But then again, I wasn't super excited because I had no idea what the part was. And it wasn't until I flew to Atlanta to shoot that they told me that it was Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson. Of course, I got really excited, but then again, I still didn't know the details of my character. So I get to set, we do the makeup and hair test, and then I have to wait in the producer's trailer for them to confirm that it's, that I'm set to go. And then I still didn't get the script, and I was just so curious about my character. They kept it a big secret. And finally they said, you're playing Dwayne Johnson's wife. And I was like, oh, cool. I just played it cool. And then ran outside, went really far away and just screamed, "Rah!" I was just so excited. So that's how it happened. And then I met Dwayne on set, and he said, I heard you didn't know what you were going to play until a couple of days ago. And I said, yeah, I had no idea. And he said, and you still chose to accept the role? And I said, do you know who you are? So he's an absolute, just very, very grounded human being, just welcomes everybody, is just nice to everybody. And it was just an amazing experience working with him. And I'm so glad I said yes. And I'm so glad I flew to Atlanta without knowing much about it.
And I suppose, Odelya, there's a vested Irish interest in this movie as well. Obviously, Pierce Brosnan is in it. We all know Pierce Brosnan as James Bond for many years as well. And obviously, Pierce is obviously a household name. Did you have much interactions with Pierce?
I didn't see him at all on set, but I did see him at the premiere, and I mean, wow. It's just an incredible person, so nice. I really hope we'll get to work together one day. Crossing.
And Odelya, in terms of your character now, Shiratu, was there much research for you to go on when you sort of, in terms of this Black Adam, it's all new in terms of this new sort of Marvel sort of universe that is created. So was there much research normally in those Marvel features like Spider-Man, Superman, just going back 20 years. So we all know about Peter Parker's a girlfriend or Peter Parker's auntie or stuff like that. But in terms of the wife of Tet Adam, Dwayne Johnson's character, was there much to go on? What type of person was she? Did she have powers herself? And dare I say,
there wasn't a lot. I mean, I went online and I tried to find, research that, but I am lucky because my little sister is a fan of DC and comic books, and she knows all the characters. So I just called her and I said, what is she? Who is she? Does she have superpowers? The answer is no. Her superpowers is that she is, the way I see it, she is Black Adam's whisperer from the past, his wife who, died 5,000 years ago. So there wasn't a lot about her online. I had to come up with, the trades to her character. It was, it was something that was my choice, and I figured she was a strong person. She's a leader. Otherwise, he wouldn't become Black Adam if it weren't for, his wife, Shirley.
And Odelya, in terms of production on set now, in terms of Black Adam, was it for you? I know Dwayne Johnson's probably in most scenes, and for him was probably 13, 14-hour days in terms of from Monday to Friday. What was it like the working week from you in terms of your scenes? Were you there from sort of start to finish in terms of production, and were they sort of long hours? And did you have a particular array of outfits and costumes in terms of makeup and studio design that you to go through on a regular basis?
Absolutely. I mean, I have one outfit which I absolutely adored. It was a dress. I felt like I was living in a world 5,000 years ago. I mean, the staging of the whole, the set was absolutely amazing. I felt like I was out of my own body and definitely in fantasy world. And yes, we shot for many hours a day, just like, on every set, that's what you do, but you don't even, the time goes by so fast. You're having so much fun and you're living in a fantasy world. So yeah.
And Odelya, in terms of your character, Shiratu, in terms of you spoke about her being the conscious of Black Adam, but in terms of how you wanted to make her unique and sort of individualistic to yourself, was there particular characteristics that you wanted to bring towards her character that you wanted to make sure that the audience see on screen?
I think there was a lot of I identify with her origin, where she's from, which is, Egypt 5,000 years ago. I'm Israeli. I am a minority in the United States. There was a lot of there's the aspect of fighting to get what you want, and staying strong. And I think Shirley was trying to protect her kids and her family and her husband, and in a world where there were enemies who wanted to destroy them.
And you mentioned Dwayne Johnson there about your interactions with him, and he comes across really as a down to go earth sort of chap, very sort of funny, very sort of laid back, but very dedicated about his work as well. In terms of his interactions with all the cast members from top to bottom, did he have that sort of easy go attitude with everyone?
Absolutely. I don't know how he does it. I have no idea how he has all that patience for everybody, every human being. He has patience, and he's kind, and he's a family man, and I mean, wow, I adore that about him. There isn't a single person on set and outside of set that can, that will tell you differently. It's just amazing.
And Odelya, I know the premiere was recently. How was that like for you in terms of the blockbuster reveal, the sort of premiere night, all the media and publicity and the attention that comes to you? And as a cast seeing the first screening, yourself, Pierce, Aldous Hodge, to name a few, Natalia Byrne, what was that like for all of you? And especially female members in the media.
I had never seen anything like this. There were thousands of people in Times Square. There was a stage, The Rock was sort of performing for the audience there. It was just incredible. I enjoyed every moment of it. I don't think that I'll ever see a premiere like that for a long, long time,
And Odelya, I know you're sort of a regular now in Law and Order, but for fans out there, and there's not too many, I imagine, in Ireland that haven't seen Law and Order at this stage, but you might remind us what's your character in Law and Order, and who do you sort of play?
I play ADA Samantha Maroon, the prosecutor, and why don't you just go and go see it? I don't know, is it out? Is it out in Ireland?
Law and Order is most definitely out in Ireland. It's been running for a long time now. And in terms of your character playing a sort of prosecutor, have you got a great sense of appreciation or a great sort of vested interest now in courts and laws and the whole sort of thing, from playing those sort of fictional characters? Have you a greater appreciation for it?
Oh, you have no idea. When I was a little girl, I would watch Law and Order with my mom before I could even understand English. I was little, and it was Israel. And I said, I just adored the law and anything that had to do with the law. And I said to my mom, I think I want to be a lawyer. And she said, no, you just want to be one on TV. I know you. And I said, okay. And, I was interested in that world my whole life, but I never thought that I would get the opportunity to play a lawyer on American TV, because English is not my first language, and there's a lot of the language barrier for me. And so I'm just so happy that I get to play a character that is interesting to me, and that I learn from her every single day about a subject that I was always interested in.
Okay. And Odelya Halevi, now for the final 30 seconds, aside from jumping up in the air and throwing your hat out the window, in terms of that, we won't ask you to do that in terms of your excitement for Black Adam, but you might, for the final 30 seconds, it was debuted all across cinemas, all across Ireland, here yesterday evening and last night. You might enlighten all our audience why they should go tomorrow night and for the coming week to watch Black Adam, and what's in store for them.
What is it? What I didn't get.
You might enlighten all our audience why they should go en masse into the cinemas and watch Black Adam, and what's in store for them.
Oh, I mean, why not? It's a superhero movie. It's DC. Everybody's been waiting for this movie to come out for what, like 2 years? And it took 10 years to make this movie. And it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which everybody loves. And it's a whole new world of DC, this movie. So that's why you should go and watch it.
Odelya Halevi, an absolute pleasure talking to you on the airways this evening. And do actually, if you ever get a duplicate of that hat, do send us one on the post. We much appreciate it in terms of that. But for the moment, Odelya, absolute pleasure talking to you on the airways. We wish you all the success with Black Adam and Law and Order, and hopefully, please God, we can speak to you in the near future. For me, Jim Conlan, to you, Odelya Halevi, take care. God bless.
Bye. Thank you.
Take care.